Alrighty, everyone, guess who's back here for the finale of Pokemon Sword? It's, of course, your boy, Jizzy Joe Biden. And we're going to be taking on the final trial of this DLC today. So please remember to smash that like button and subscribe too.
Yeah, and whilst we get our kubfu, we have to let you all know that our channel was almost permanently terminated by YouTube last week. We thought it was the end for us again, but it would seem not. But we do apologize to some of you if you were wondering what happened and where we went.
Donald, you were meant to say we apologize to all of you, not only some you fool. But anyway, yeah, so that happened to us. We just woke up one morning and saw our channel wiped off the face off the planet.
Yeah, and it's all because the power of Jizzy Joe Biden that we're back and now have our kubfu. Hopefully nothing like this ever happens again, although I'm pretty sure we said that the last time this happened. But it's old news now, and it's time to focus on the game.
Yeah, so here's the little cutie pie himself, the Pokemon we've all been waiting for, and it's super strong already. I believe Jizzy Joe. This little fella is going to be absolutely cracked one day. I know it.
Yep, one day it will be Donald. But for now, we have to basically make it love us, which means Mustard here told you to go take Kubfu to various viewing sites around the island, Joe, which apparently will make it like us more.
5 seconds with me will make anyone be my best friend Barry. So this little task will be easy peasy lemon squeezy, just you watch. And then we can go evolve it into an Urshifu, which is the main point here.
And even better, we can let our Pokemon walk around with us now too. Jizzy Joe. One of the best features that was in Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver came to the DLC of this game, which made no sense, but anyway, still cool to have.
Yeah, check it out, guys. Our Mr. Rhyme is out vibing or whatever it is he seems to be doing. He looks super happy doing it, though. Oh, Mao.
Okay, but he moves slower than my other self does, Barry. He's like tippity-tapping all over the show instead of walking normally, and we have places to be as well.
Yeah, so why are we battling this Bouffalon Joe? This Pokemon is definitely wasting our time, and you decided to get mad at poor Mr. Rhyme for walking slowly.
To be honest, I just saw the guy spawn in and felt I had to battle this hairy Afro Pokemon, Donnie. It's such a great Pokemon, actually, and remember, Champion Alder has one too.
And it also helps to level up Kubfu Donald, which we really need to do if we have any chance of taking on the tower Joe decides to choose. Remember, the trainers in there have like level 70 Pokemon, so we need ours to be at least level 60, Joe.
Yeah, all good, my G. I'll probably cut some of the video so we don't have to make this a 3-hour long one of me killing the local Bouffalon and Pikachu population trying to grind to level 60.
Yeah, good idea, Jizzy Joe. And also, we need to head to one of those exclamation points on the map if we want to become better friends with Kubfu. The little guy is going to be our bestest friend ever by the end of this series.
The closest point we can go to is the Sea Cove kind of one, Joe, so that's probably your best bet, buddy.
Yeah, we'll head there, Barry. And whilst we do that, I want to talk about the fact that Basculegion and the other ancient Pokemon from Sinnoh should be brought back into the games, don't you all think?
I have wondered that myself, to be honest. Why were they only in Legends Arceus when the other ancient fossil Pokemon, like Genesect or Armaldo, have been in basically every game since their inception?
Check it out, guys. Our little Kubfu is in here, chilling and vibing it out. And apparently this is enough to make a Pokemon hit its max friendship rating with you, so we should bring all our Pokemon here if we want that Jizzy Joe.
Yeah, you could be onto something there, Barry. And oh man, it's a Golisopod, boys. I definitely need to battle this thing. And then we can increase Kubfu's level some more as well.
This Pokemon is a real gangster one, Jizzy Joe. Guzma had one in Ultra Sun, remember, and it was the real deal for sure. First impression is also such a great move and always goes first, like Quick Attack.
Nah, the best move that goes first is Extreme Speed, Donald, and only a few Pokemon can learn it. The best one is probably that special Dratini you get in Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver from the Dragon's Den in Blackthorn City.
You're such a little nerd for remembering that, Barry. But yeah, I guess you're right. I mean, we did use one in our playthrough of Pokemon Heart Gold, which was the first series on this channel, by the way, and you should all go check it out.
Okay, well, the Mustard Man here is now revealing the next part of this trail for us guys. And basically, we're going to be choosing what tower we want to head to. And I already know we're going to be going to the water type one.
Hang on, Joe. Why the hell are we heading to the water one? The dark one is clearly the better option.
Yeah, well, you would say that, wouldn't you, Barry Elmau? But the reason we're heading to the water one is mainly because of that poll we made before our channel got zapped off the internet. And also, we need a water-type Pokemon, too.
Okay, Well, we have a shit ton of training to do, boys. So for the sake of time, I'll do the rest of it off screen, and then we can catch up when I've got Kung Fu to around level 60.
Yeah, good shout, Joe, but don't over-level it too much. We want these last few battles to be a challenge so it's more fun, all right?
I agree with Barry on this one, Jizzy Joe. We want the battles to be super difficult for you, and the other moron side of you isn't in control today, so we should get to see some real strats.
Well, Donald, my plan is to teach Kung Fu some stat-boosting moves like bulk up, and maybe some others like that, which can lower the opponent's defenses too, so it should make my life a little easier.
And with some editing magic, you find us all in the Tower of Water or whatever this place is supposed to be. Either way, it's the water-type tower because this is clearly the better one out of the two.
Yeah, and we're not allowed to enter this place with any other Pokemon except Kung Fu, and Jizzy Joe has gone and trained it up to level 64, I believe. So let's get this finale started, buddy.
Okay, the first Pokemon we're battling in this place is a cracked-looking Psyduck. And what I want to know is why we couldn't battle a Golduck or something better. A champion like me, who's just the most OP player in history, is here battling a gosh darn level 65 Ducky.
I agree with you, Jizzy Joe, but this Ducky has Confusion, which is a psychic-type move. And it's also super effective on fighting types like our Kung Fu. I feel like I'm getting PTSD again from when I lost battles against Sabrina.
Yeah, well, teaching bulk up was a solid move, Joe. And by the way, I've actually collected some useful items for you to give to Kung Fu, like the Life Orb and Black Belt, which will boost its moves.
Stay away from the Life Orb, my guy. That item is a ticket to hell because it makes you lose damage at the cost of a little more power, and I still don't know how much more damage bonuses we get with it.
Someone could comment how much extra damage the Life Orb helps us achieve, but I know for items like the Black Belt, it's about a 20% increase in damage. Or it could be 10% too, actually.
All right, well, it's there if you need it, Jizzy Joe. And now we're here battling floor 2 in the Tower of Water. And let's see how this battle will go now, and we're against a Krabby this time. I feel like there's a theme to all these battles.
Yeah, the theme is they're all water-type Pokemon Barry, if that wasn't already obvious as it is. But anyway, Joe, you can use the same strat as before. Just power up Kung Fu with bulk up and then spam Aerial Ace, since it's a move that never misses.
Hey, I just want to say this place reminds me of Demon Slayer, and I don't know why. I'm loving that anime so much too. The latest arc is just so good, isn't it?
Probably because we're here training our Kung Fu up just like how Tanjiro was training with all the Hashira. Definitely some good training vibes in this place for sure, Joe.
Of course, the two nerds would be talking about all that crap. How about we focus on beating this crab instead of geeking out over a cartoon?
Says the person who cried when we watched Your Name. But anyway, this crab is already dead, Donald. And now I can move on to floor 3.
That was confidential information, Jizzy Joe, and now you've gone and exposed me. Let's pretend this convo never happened and talk about how your battles are going instead.
Too late, Donald. Everyone knows about it now. Elmao. But yeah, Joe is on to floor 3 now, I think. And so far he's doing well, which was to be expected since this is Jizzy Joe playing and not the other dipshit.
You know, these battles also remind me of how Norman's gym is laid out in the Galar region when we went for our 5th gym badge. We had to battle one trainer in each room. Remember to be able to move to the next room.
Yeah, true. But Norman's gym felt way more difficult than this one, Joe, and we could use our entire team in there too. Plus, each trainer specialized in either attack or defensive moves, so you needed to think more in his gym.
Yeah, you needed to think more, plus Norman was a way more difficult opponent than any gym battle we've had in this region, that's for sure. They did him an injustice by making him be the 5th gym battle, in my opinion.
I second that, Barry. Norman was a real G, and I'd have him in my crew any day, along with Volkner, Whitney, Cynthia, Ash, and Red too.
I feel like Blue deserves to be in your crew as well, bro, along with me. Leaving me out the Jizzy Joe gangster crew is surely blasphemous.
The only thing blasphemous around here, Donald, is the fact that Jizzy Joe is struggling to take down a goddamn Marill of all things. This is like the weakest Pokemon we've encountered in here, and it's still alive, Joe.
Okay, well, it's dead now. Barry and I thought you added the Life Orb to my Kung Fu, and that it would make it OP when you did that. I saw we lost some health points, which means you must have given it to Kung Fu, but I'm not noticing much difference.
Yeah, he definitely added that stupid orb, Jizzy Joe, which I'm still very much against using. It's gonna be the death of you, just watch. The better strat would be to use bulk up and then spam attacking moves.
The thing is, Donald, is that he can still spam bulk up and attacking moves whilst also keeping the Life Orb attached Just think about how much more power we'll have when Joe's gone and done all those things together.
All right, I think this is the last opponent we'll have to face in here, boys, and so far I've got myself trapped in a whirlpool attack, which is so annoying. This move's sole existence is to just piss everyone off, I swear.
I think Barry would disagree with you there, Joe. The most annoying move would probably have to detect or protect or even fake out. Those moves just waste time.
Oh my God. And speak of the devil that Polyworld just used, protect Donald.
Nah, fake out is the worst one, guys, because it's the most annoying when you're about to one-shot an opponent and then suddenly they outspeed you and use fake out, which means a whole turn is wasted for nothing.
And that Polyworld got nuked to hell and back. Jizzy Joe, well done. Maybe the combo of the Life Orb and Bulk Up wasn't a bad idea, Barry, but let's see how well it'll work against Mustard, who's up next.
Yeah, the final opponent awaits us, Joe. And this battle gave me hell when I first did it back in the day, so let's see how well you do in it. Just take your time, and remember you can use healing items if you need to. We have a shit ton of full restores.
Our boy Mustard is standing in front of that sick, nasty-looking scroll there. I want to hang a scroll like that in my recording studio so I get inspiration for my next song, which will never get released.
Yeah, it won't get released due to certain copyright laws, which we won't speak about in case we get our channel canceled again. But anyway, here we go, the final battle of the series, guys. Let's make it a good one.
All right, so Mustard just whipped out the best looking drips I've ever seen in a Pokemon game.
Oh, this will be so easy. A Kung Fu versus Kung Fu battle, and clearly mine is the superior one here.
And you're gonna do the same Bulk Up and Aerial Ace Strat Jizzy Joe with your Life Orb attached too? I don't think that will work here, buddy.
Nah, I got this, Donald, so just keep your massive whale lord mouth shut, would you please?
Hang on, Joe, Donald might be right. His Kung Fu is level 70 and one aerial ace almost killed us, so be careful.
He's ignoring us, Barry, which means he probably has some super awesome ultimate strat up his sleeve.
Yeah, you guys gotta just watch this. He's got it coming now.
Hey, Joe, care to explain yourself, please?
Well, what happened there was we lost.
Oh, really? No shit, Sherlock. I think the older Joe Biden is starting to creep into your brain because normal Jizzy Joe would never have lost a battle like that one.
Okay, well, forget that all happened, everyone. It was just a test run, really. This here is the actual proper battle against Mustard, but guess what? I had to go through that whole tower and battle everyone in it all over again.
Yeah, sure, it was just a test run, Jizzy Joe, but anyway, maybe listen to what your two friends have to say this time because we only have one Pokemon in this battle, remember?
Well, I saw that loss coming from a mile away, Donald. I'm surprised you couldn't see it happening, but anyway, that's in the past, so let's focus on how this battle is going to play out now.
I leveled up Kung Fu to 67, though this time, guys, which should make it a little easier for us to battle Mustard's level 71.
Well, the good thing here is you're actually attacking quicker this time than the first battle. Jizzy Joe, that's the key here. You got to get attacks in right away.
Yeah, that is the key, but I still can't believe we have a loss in the final episode of this series, and there isn't much time left in this video either, boy.
And boom, guys, I just beat Mustard in 2 moves flat. Now that is how a champion is supposed to battle, and maybe if Ash battled like that in Series 1, he'd have become a champion 25 years ago.
Except it also took you 2 times flat to beat Mustard in a battle, Joe, but that aside, well done, I guess.
Details, schmetails, Barry. Anyway, now that I've beat Mustard, this basically concludes the whole DLC, doesn't it, guys?
Not only the DLC Jizzy Joe, but this also concludes our Pokemon Sword series. We just wanted to thank you so much for sticking around if you made it to the end, and thank you for all the love and support in this series too.
Yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe and check out our merch store if you'd like. And also a big thank you to our members who help us to keep making these videos possible. We appreciate all of you so much.
Hey, check it, guys. Our Kung Fu is about to evolve into its final form now.
Yeah, our bigger Shifu is on its way, although we sadly won't have time to test it out. We know the Crown Tundra DLC is still available too, and maybe that's something we'll come back to later, but like we said in a previous video, that DLC wasn't that great for us, so making content for it won't be good as we won't enjoy it.
Yeah, content for something we don't like won't be fun for anyone to watch, which is the reason we won't be making videos on the Crown Tundra at this time. So we hope you all understand, but don't worry. It's not completely written off.
Our Urshifu looks so glorious, doesn't it, guys? I love how scary and strong he looks. We should have named it Master Shifu from Kung Fu Panda, or Po even.
We'll take a good long look at it, Jizzy Joe, because we won't be seeing it again for a while. And with that, we're going to be wrapping up now, everyone. Once again, thank you so much for tuning in, and we will see you all for our next adventure.
Yeah, the next adventure, which will either be in Paldea or Johto. Who knows which it'll be, but stay tuned to find out.